Hey YouTube, this is Jordan to bring you guys a video guide on whether or not you should do life skills on one character or if you should do it on multiple characters. And I'm just going to give my reason on why I do it on multiple characters. I personally don't care about the ranking of life skills, so this is going to be more towards people who don't really care about the life skill icons, but you care more about getting the most out of your time. Now, what I'm going to go into detail with is with each of my characters and why I do stuff and what I would have wished I would have known when I first came to the game. So when I first started playing the game, I knew I liked cooking, and the reason why I liked cooking was because I like CP, and the reason why I like CP is because then you can have a giant empire, right? And doing this, I got into more life skills. I got into fishing, got into processing, got into trading, got into alchemy, cooking, all that stuff. And the reason why I create a bunch of alts is so that I can switch to my characters to do what I want to do. Now, if you have one character, right, for instance, if you do life skills on one character, you may have invested some money into storage. And doing this, so like for instance, Glish is where I cook at. So I have a bunch of cooking mats. Now if I was to process also on this character, I would have to run to where I process at, and that's going to be Calpheon. So this is where I process at, and then I'll show you where I do alchemy at. I do alchemy in Olvia, and the reason why is because I have so many mats. Now if you do this all on one character, you're going to have to travel across the map. Now if you have a bunch of alts, then you don't have to travel. You literally can just switch characters. So what I do is I have a farming alt, I have an alchemy alt, and I do cooking and processing at the moment on my Musa. Now, currently, I'm not grinding on my Musa, so I'm grinding on my Kuno. So my Kuno is actually located at Fogan's at the moment. But let's just say you start your day out and you're gonna first start on your farms. What I can do is I can just switch to my farming alt. So if my character who normally processes or fishes, if I'm in Calpheon, and I would have to run across the map to my farms, and then I would go ahead and tend to my farms, and then I could start if I wanted to cook or something, depending on what my mood is, then I would have to run all the way to Glish in order to cook. Whereas if you have a bunch of alts, you can just switch the character, so you actually save active time. So this is going to be for people who maybe don't have a lot of active time. Maybe you can only play 1 to like, I don't know, 4 hours a day, or maybe not even 4 hours a day, maybe just an hour or 30 minutes. This is going to benefit you if you really like life skills. So this is something I would have wished I would have known in the beginning, but I didn't know until, or I didn't think about it until around mid-game. Or a couple months into BDO. We'll go to an example. So if I want to do alchemy, I'll go to my character that I do alchemy on, and we'll just show an example. So I'm going to switch over to my alt that does alchemy, and boom. So instead of running all the way to Olvia with my main character, say I wanted to do alchemy but I only do life skills on one character, now I'm going to switch to my alt that has it. Boom. I'm in Olvia. I can just go right ahead and bada bing bada boom get into alchemy. I can look up my little alchemy guide that I have, and I can start alchemy. And then all I have to do is just run into this house, and bam, I got alchemy tools. So this is my alchemy alt. If we want to go to my farmer, I'll switch over to my farming alt. Alright, so where my farming was located was in Velia. Now I can just switch my character. Takes maybe 10 seconds, just depends if you have an SSD or not. I don't, so takes a little bit longer. If I had an SSD, it'd be quicker. Boom, I'm at my farms. I can just automatically tend to my farms. I don't have to take my main here. Now, one thing that you might want to know with farming is it does cost energy. So the more times you come to your alt, you're obviously going to drain your energy. Now, a way to kind of help this is I have alts that get energy in Velia. So there's a character right here, Alston, that you can talk to, and every 200 energy or however much energy you have, you can take your alt's energy and you can convert it to an energy pot. So if my farmer ever needs energy, I can just create that pot, or you can buy it on the marketplace, so I can kind of show you where it is. You can just type in energy. You can create these large potions that give you 50 energy. I can just take my own alts that have extra that I don't maybe necessarily do anything with, or if I do Night Vendor with them, you can do that. So that's these are kind of good examples of why I chose to do it on a bunch of different alts. What I plan on doing is my moose is probably going to end up being my main grinder, and I'm going to eventually sometimes they'll do these things in the Pearl shop where you can convert your life, whatever life you have, cooking, alchemy, whatever, and you can transfer it to a different character. So I plan on putting cooking on a different character so I can leave a character in Galish. So then if I ever want to cook, I can just switch to that character and I'll have all my XP that I have on my main character. So this is something I do just because I don't have, like, in order to try to compete with other players, I don't have a lot of active time, so it's not like I actively can just run around the map. It takes too much time. You need a T8 horse, and even with the T8 horse, still takes a lot of time, and you can make a lot more money if you can make more money quicker if you have a bunch of alts that life skill. Plus, if say you're grinding in Valencia and you're about to go to bed or whatever, if I was to, since I process in Calpheon, I don't have to run it all the way across from Valencia all the way to Calpheon just to process. Now, one thing you're going to want to know also, though, with processing is if you decide to process overnight or you process or whatever, you're going to need a lot of weight. So what I do is with my loyalties, I'll kind of show you in here. So with loyalties, you can actually get weight, which I already have it on this character. So right here, loyalties 50 weight every 35 days. So because I've been playing the game for over a year, I've had a lot of loyalties. I have this character, max loyalties, my main grinder / processor, and then I have my alchemy character with max weight. And then eventually what I'll probably end up doing is taking my loyalties and put it on whatever character I end up transferring my cooking to with max loyalties, because cooking and alchemy takes weight if you're trying to do a full utensil. So that's going to be kind of a tip I'm going to throw out there, what I do while I'm life skilling. So hopefully that kind of helps you guys out, or maybe opened up your mind to a different way instead of just life skilling on one character. Now, if you don't have a lot of money to spend, then maybe you won't be able to have all these storage spaces, so you might have to just take your character all around the map. That's one thing I would recommend if you do have money, is to and you like life skills and you want to get into every life skill, then just go ahead and get in, storage space, because it's really useful. It's a really good use of your real life money. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I helped out some beginning players that maybe want to get into life skilling and want to kind of min-max. Or if you don't care about min-maxing, then just keep continuing to do what you do. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.